Oh, hey guys, let's go ahead and turn my music screen off. So we're up. Well, I don't know why I would say where we. I mean, I guess you guys can sort of be here in this magical pretend world I live in. What do you want, Cat? As soon as I start recording, Cat's like, "Oh my God, you're talking, pet me, love me. I want your lap." But just got the truck washed over there in Blue Beacon and Cheyenne. It's needed. It's so bad. Well, between me getting hit and then the tow truck winch out that ended up doing damage to me. Well, damage that I didn't cause. I do have a story about that. That'll be coming at some point. Truck hasn't been washed in like 5 months. So it was a bit filthy. I just said, "Fuck it, let's get it done." I'm heading over to, well, this load's going over to Albertsons in Berea. It came out of Lexington, Tyson, Lexington. Hoping I could drop it at the yard though, and get about a 20-hour head start on my reset. So by the time I get to California, I only have like 8 hours, no recaps. This delivers a whole well, almost 20 hours after I'll be in California, so hoping they'll just fucking let me drop it. And nothing else, go grab a different load. That's plenty of too much time to do a roll reset. But really though, that was besides the point. The point of this video is I want to start doing a series of like things they don't tell you about trucking. And sure, you can probably YouTube and Google some things, but I mean, I'm gonna try my best to stick to the things that generally aren't really talked about as much. Like, yes, we all know nobody values truckers' times out here. Like, that's not really a secret. But what is a secret? Or more hush hush? Well, if you're the type of person that easily feels bad, you better start getting over that quickly. You're gonna run into, and I'm a night guy and I run into this just as, well, not as often, but pretty frequent. It's like once or twice a week, or once or twice every other week, and it's rather annoying. When I was on days, it was like 2 or 3 times during the week, especially in the warmer states, West Coast, down south, especially. You'll be at a truck stop. You know, you'll be getting fuel, some random person will walk up to you. And, you know, they'll start talking to you, act like a normal conversation. All of a sudden, they'll give you some sob story, and then they'll ask you for money. That is going to become a very common occurrence. So really, like, get used to turning down with as quickly as you can with the word nope or don't carry cash. Just get used to saying that. Because you're going to run into a lot of beggars and a lot of scammers. And they target truck stops because there's chances of somebody feeling sorry for them is sky high up there, but there's so many trucks there that the chances are good. I mean, I've even had employees who were still wearing their work uniform. I guess they could have bought it from Goodwill. I don't know. I'm assuming because they're literally sitting there in the lobby and they haven't been scared out yet wearing a uniform. I didn't see a name tag though. Give me sob stories how like they're stuck there all night because they have no way getting any way to get gas. It's like there's ways. There's other ways. I know for a fact, I know you can take an advance in your check. Just not to mention you have coworkers there. Why are you asking me? And if you live in this town, I know you got friends and family. But I've also had fucking broad daylight, right? Sitting in a truck stop. Like, I just park. I'm just closing my curtains. Some guy, sees me park, real quick hops in the car, drives over, parks nosed into my truck, right? I'm like, alright, this is weird. He gets out, walks up to me, he's like, "Yo, you wanna buy a tablet?" He's like, "I got like all kinds of brand new tablets in my car, had the receipts and everything." And I had already pretty much my red flags were already going off anyways. As soon as he said I got all kinds of brand new tablets. Especially when he's selling me his iPads, like, you know, current gen iPads. He wants to sell them for $200. It's like, yeah, no thanks. I just wanted my tablet. I already got mine. But it is, I mean, you may not believe me, but it's very common. And if you, also, same thing with the homeless. I just slept in a rest stop north of Ridgefield. Won't do that. Won't be doing that again. North of Ridgefield, Washington. I read the reviews that with the pandemic, it has become a hotspot for homeless because it's literally 5 miles of not a major city, but I mean it's north of Vancouver. It's like 5-10 minutes north of Vancouver, Washington, which is decently sized. It appears, and it's right across the river from Portland. Like it's Portland, across the river, Vancouver. Like that's literally so it is densely populated if you count Portland. And then I watched this lady clearly cracking out. I'm so glad she didn't go to me though and ask me for this, because I at this point I was fucking exhausted. I would have probably snapped. And she's like, I watched her walk out of the trucks, digging through the trash. I watched her walk up the front, digging through the trash, and then she goes to the truck to my right and asks for a cigarette. It's like, okay, this I'm just gonna lock my doors and pretend I'm not here. That's what that is. Another reason why I believe there should be federal laws passed that allows truckers to carry. Obviously, with more like, you gotta take background check, obviously, maybe like a mental screening, something like that. Because I don't want everybody in the fucking mother out here carrying. Like, I've seen some truckers, I'm like, no, you don't need anything. You driving a truck is already dangerous enough. But like, I'm not a big guy. I'm not gonna win in no fucking fisticuffs, you know? And I don't know. I'm also going to a lot more shady areas too. Doing how much areas are going to South California. I try to avoid Portland for a reason. I haven't been to Portland in almost 2 years, and I instantly regretted it since I went there. But I generally stick to myself anyways, but I still run into shady characters that come up to me, and I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with you, but I'm trying to be nice about it and straight to the point. Sorry, I was getting distracted. Something rattling in a cup holder or whatever, and I don't like rattles. Also a little bit of wind. I don't know if you guys are hearing that. Okay, it's my empty can of Monster. Hey, this guy just got his truck washed too, and he must be nice to not be governed and also very, very light, because I'm going 60 uphill and he just fucking flew by me. He probably got like maybe 10,000 pounds. Maybe. But you really gotta learn to say no. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. I mean, hell, it's bad enough you have other truckers. I mean, I've had supposed other truckers, right, come up to me. I don't fucking know. Like, I've had so many sob stories come up to me. It's hard to tell what's true and what's fucking bullshit. And 90% of it is bullshit. Hell, trucker stories are bullshit. So how the fuck am I supposed to believe that the stereotypical trucker comes up to me and his little story he's giving me is true when most of these fucking trucker stories are complete exaggerated bullshit. Dude, you should have seen me back up this hill, a fucking 2 feet of snow. Dude, it was insane. Like, I couldn't see 4 feet, you know, back 2 inches off the pole. Yeah, that's dollar shit. You know, the shit our parents used to tell. Oh, I used to walk to school uphill both ways in snow up to my waist. Sure. Sure you did. But, like, I've had I'm gonna say trucker just because he fit the profile. Come up to me, tell me how you know, his health. He was in a hospital, which I guess isn't out of the question, you know, too much. And when he was in the hospital, the company fired him. But now he just got his has a job lined up. like it's already been pre-approved, but he needs to renew his medical card, which, by the way, that's the reason why my red flag went off on him, because your medical card is required before anybody gives you a job. I'm not gonna, if I'm like, I might actually have more than one truck when in a few years. And I'm not gonna say yes, you have the job until I've already fucking screened you thoroughly. Yeah, it's a little windy. It's a little bit. Thankfully, I'm 76,000 pounds. This guy behind me, though, is not. It's also crosswind. It's hitting me from, like, right at the A-pillar. So, I would not offer anybody a job. They say, yeah, you got it, without thoroughly screening them. Because that's kind of required. You can't drive the truck without a fucking DOT card. Pretty much, for those who aren't familiar with the DOT card, health screening. Mine's every 2 years, because, like, I don't have any other circumstances that make it last. Like, I've heard 6 months, I've heard 3 months, I've heard 1 month. Like diabetes, for example, you can drive with diabetes if you're diabetic. I don't know if you can drive with both types. Is there only 2 types? I know of 2. I don't know if there's more. But I know one of them requires like 6 months to 1 year DOT card only. More annoyance. So I've had stuff like that come up to me. And it's always the same sob stories. It's always like the 3 main ones. Oh, I ran out of gas. I'm trying to get the family. Can you give me anything? It's like, and my thing is, I don't carry cash, because also being from Wyoming, I've lost money. Because it's real easy. You open up your wallet outside to pay for something in cash, and all of a sudden the fucker, just the wind goes whoop. Especially when 40 to 60 mile an hour gusts is common in the winter. Just goes whoop, goodbye. I mean, listen to that wind. And that's with me climbing a hill. Well, a slight hill. You hear the engine noise? You hear the wind smacking me right here in the A-pillar? Don't get me wrong, I'm not always a complete asshole though with my blunt shit. I mean, you guys want to call it an asshole, I don't care. My thing is, I've always been a more upfront, blunt guy, and that usually keeps me out of trouble. There's pretty much no second guessing me if I'm in my choices and my thought, if I'm just straight to the point. But I've helped out sometimes when I felt like being nice. It depends on circumstances and the way they approach me, the way they dress, the way they talk, and their attitude, other things. Like I was standing in line one day, right? I was standing in line at a truck stop one day, and this guy comes in there and he's like, I guess they didn't have enough money to cover the trip, and I couldn't quite. I only came in halfway up on the story, and I couldn't quite tell. That's because their bank card got lost, like debit or credit card got lost, or something was going on with that. It sounded like it got lost, but they were in the middle of a trip, moving across country or traveling across country to see family or whatever it was, something along those lines. And the guy came in, he was asking if there's anything like they could do, like a work or two to help one of the employees out and make the money they need, to make up the money they need. And obviously for insurance reasons, if people were saying no, so I filled up their tank. It was like $40. I said, fuck it, I filled it up. I told them, well, I put like $50 on their pump, and I said, because obviously I'm gonna get the cash back from whatever, and I'm not giving cash because I don't carry cash. Why the hell am I gonna have to go pay an ATM $3 to get a fucking cash out when I can literally, since he's right there, say put 50 on whatever pump, and then tell the guy, there you go. He thanked me. Well, Like, so I was like, I didn't need it. I was just, whatever. But see, that's the circumstance where you might actually catch some better luck that way if you're gonna try to, you know, get money out of somebody. But sitting there in a corner, or sitting there, you know, walking up to a trucker who's literally just minding his own business, walking to the truck stop. Like I had, where was I? I was in Florida, heading up to, well, just going down to get the load from Umatilla, Florida Naturals. I took up the North Platte. And before that was the same day. I didn't deliver my last load, so I mean, it was like the same night. I just hadn't gone deliver my load. That would take me. Then I would have deadhead down to pick up Florida Naturals. Whatever. I was delivering, but that was the same day. So whatever. That was a very busy day. I was walking back. Oh, I got food. Right, I got food. I was walking back from the trucks to the truck, and I see this fucking. You can see me come out of the truck stop, walk across the fuel lanes, and I start walking because I generally try to park at the back because less chance of getting hit. It's quieter, fills up later, and I don't mind the walking. Even in the winter, I don't care. But I see this car. I see this fucking car right from the street. I don't know what they were doing. They were just going down, and then all of a sudden they slow down. I guess they must have spotted me now, you know, understanding what was going on, and all of a sudden they turned in. And they come up beside me while I'm still walking, and this lady, and maybe she was by herself, maybe, you know what I mean? No. But she wasn't too bad looking. But she like literally hangs herself out the fucking window and says, "Hey, do you have any change?" And she's some guy's driving the vehicle. First off, if you're really that hurting for money, why the fuck are you driving your car around wasting that gas if you're strapped for money? Red flag number one. And I said, nope. That's all I said is, nope. I kept walking. Like, seriously, that's all you gotta do. Just do that. Don't feel bad. It's not your responsibility to take care of them. You are considered easy targets to them. They don't get two shits about you. Chance of you being attacked by one is pretty much zilch. Don't let whatever the fucking sob story's gonna be get through you, including the other trucks that are sitting right next to you. You never know what kind of bullshit they're feeding you. Here's another one. Not quite a scammer, but a fucking weird ass fucking story. So, I'm doing the medical career thing, right? I just did my dual handoff, and I get about 10 minutes north, and it's snowing. I can see through the snow. The road's wet. It's not slick though, nor is it a fucking blizzard. It is pretty big flakes, but again, I can see through the flakes quite a bit from like here to that truck, which is it's probably like 1,000 feet. It's a pretty fucking far, right? For fucking dumping snow. So not a blizzard, because it was coming straight down, literally. Not a blizzard. You need wind for a blizzard. And I'm in my car, you know, snow tires obviously, so obviously things will be not at. With snow tires, it's never slick. It's never. Yes, they make that big of a difference. But I'm cruising up this hill. All of a sudden, I cross this bridge, and there's a little bit of drop off down the road. Like it's about like a 50-foot. Well, it's like a 4% hill, 60, 70 feet down. It's like it slopes down. You know, like a typical Wyoming fucking hill beside the road, right? Like, you'll guarantee shit your pants if you go off that, pretty much. It's not like you're gonna die. It's gonna be a rough fucking ride, but you're not gonna go flying and like drop down like that. You're probably gonna roll down it, but it's gonna be really fucking rough, and you're gonna be like freaking the fuck out, shitting your pants. Your seat will be brown, you know what I mean? But I topped this hill, come across this bridge, and something, the corner of my eye, my peripheral vision is really good, catches my eye. And I look up, I'm doing about 70, because it's like, whatever, it ain't slick. And I look over, and you get to see the top of it. There's a fucking semi down the hill into the fucking a barbed wire fence. Like he's didn't go through it, but his truck went through it, but it's as far as he went. Like he didn't go all the way through, but his truck's literally resting on the fence. Like it stopped in the fence. So being the good guy I am, right? I immediately stop over. I pull over immediately. I end up being like 400 feet away from him. So it was a bit of a walk, very wet walk, down a hill. Oh, great, okay, you're gonna take a shit. Down a hill, I was going over to him. I was to make sure he's okay, because if he, make sure if you know where he was at or whatever. When I get over to come to find out, some taxis. He was a rookie, hadn't been driving for 6 months. He called it a blizzard, which that's why I said was it a blizzard. Made me fucking laugh my ass off, dude. Not in person, but I was laughing my head. I was definitely dying inside. Because he's like, dude, I'm from Texas. I've never seen snow like this. It's like, this is fucking a joke. This is, you got 1,000 feet of visibility through the snow, even if the big flakes, it's a joke. Well, I guess what happened is he was empty, crested that hill, caught the bridge, and his trailer said, let's go. As soon as he came off that bridge, the trailer went, whip, and he went that way. Like, it was immediate. I don't know how fast he was going. Honestly, too fast. But, so, then he says he had a passenger with him. It was a woman, she was riding with him up from Texas, and she called 911. That's not necessarily strange, but I only saw one person. I don't know, maybe she was in the back, collecting herself or what. I only saw one person. Then he immediately says, she called 911, told him all that, immediately bailed. Fucking bailed. Grabbed her shit and walked. Now that is fishy. That tells me a few different things. Let your mind go wild with your imagination there. Did this dude slow down? I swear to God he slowed down. But thanks, cat. Yeah, I didn't want to smell your shit. So I offer, I say, you know what? I'm not too far from the nearest town. It's only like 10 minutes away. I tell him, hey, you know what? I'll get right down to the hotel. I told him like 4 to 5 different times. You need to call the troopers though, and let them know where you're at. Because at this time, he said he's been there for like an hour and a half. It was cold. He's not used to the environment, so I wasn't gonna sit there and just let him suffer. Because when Wyoming snows, especially in the middle of winter, you never know how long a trooper's gonna take to get to you. I don't know if his truck ran. He said he had heat. I didn't know. Ain't gonna risk it. It's like him right down to Wheatland to the hotel behind the Sinclair. Told him like 4 different times. You need a call. He kept saying yeah. He thanked me for it. Kind of find out. I dropped him off, turned around, went back, and I see the trooper, so I pulled over. I want to make sure the trooper was, was aware of the situation, made sure that he called, because my mind was telling me he wasn't going to, especially with that whole woman getting out. I pull over behind the trooper. Trooper's not in his car, so I'm like, okay, I see the trooper down in the valley. So I yell over to the trooper, I say, hey troop, yell, and I can see his flashlight also starting bouncing around, looking all around, because he's down in the little valley down there, so my voice is echoing, right? So I start walking down to him, letting him know that as I'm approaching him, letting him know, because I'm nice like that. He eventually realizes where I'm at and starts walking up. He's like, you the driver? I was like, no. I just want to let you know, and I'm pretty sure the driver didn't call you back like I asked him to. I get the ride to the driver down to the hotel down in Wheatland and told him which one. He's like, oh, appreciate that. But he's like, it was a guy though? Yeah. He's like, oh, well, the reporting party's a woman. I was like, according to the driver, she took off. He's like, really? He's like, that is interesting. So his mind also went, red flag. I don't play games. I ain't gonna, cause I mean, since I get the ride, I ain't gonna be one of your parties being like, oh yeah, I'm now also set in whatever game this just happened. Trooper asked me if I witnessed it. I was like, nah, so I left. And see, you don't know what, just because drivers may tell you some certain stories, you don't know what bullshit. I don't know what happened from that. As far as I know, she could have been a fugitive. She could have been a fucking prostitute. She could have just been a simple hitchhiker. Who the fuck knows? Or she could have been other things that are now, especially being a trucker, and now I'm coming to find out. Like, she could have been in traffic. Who fucking knows? I don't know. She could have been illegal for all I know. I don't fucking know. But I think I've rambled a little much at this point. Gave you a few stories, a few examples. But you know what, guys? You know the motto: any traffic is too much traffic. You guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.